It's pretty blasphemous, JC there.
Call himself God, yeah.
Call
He's deifying
Jehovah, yeah. This is 117.
And his symbol is a triangle.
Yeah, Illuminati straight up, right?
Bro, Rockefeller.
Yeah. That's why, man, I was like so sad when Nas went back to him, because when he killed him on Ether, I was like, you can't. It was like you're joining him. Like, what is happening? This is crazy.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Yeah, I was like,
they got. When I saw that, I was like, they got Nas. They got him.
Yeah.
Damn. All right, 117. All right, episode 117.
117.
We're gonna do this about Romo's descent into alcoholism. So yeah, that's what this episode's about. We previewed it for like a lot of episodes, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It just takes the time to really kind of, I guess, got the courage to talk about it. Because not a lot of people like talking about their own shit, whatever they're addicted to, or whatever. I think that's how.
Or hitting rock bottom.
Yeah. Not a lot of people like to expose those demons that they have within themselves.
Right.
And in that whole descent, from what I've learned, is that that's what you have to do, or you can't get past it. Fuck, I don't know where to start with it.
So how long ago was this? Just like a year or two ago? Was it during the pandemic?
It wasn't during the pandemic. It didn't get bad. Like, I would have it. I guess I could say I'd start drinking when I was like 16 or so.
What y'all drink? What was your first drink? Was it beer or was it liquor?
Yeah, it was
Beer?
beer. Yeah, it was beer at first. And then I would get like MD 2020s and shit when I was younger.
Yeah.
Shit like that. But it didn't get like really bad until after my cousin's death when I was like 21. 26 years, 7 years old.
Yeah.
When he passed away, that shit kind of hit. Because I had lost my youngest cousin, Jonathan, John Romo, to cystic fibrosis, and I lost his brother, Victor Romo, to the same thing.
To what? What'd you listen to?
Cystic fibrosis is this kind of disease they were born with.
Man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And, when you kind of have to kind of bury one, and then bury one cousin on one shoulder, and then bury the other one on the other, nobody kind of really teaches you how to deal with loss in a better sense. It's people who teach you, but, to learn it, you kind of...
Yeah, go through it.
Yeah. I went through it for a minute, and I stopped. I would drink just to kind of like numb that feeling, and my drinking choice was always whiskey.
So like when I went to the mansion for the first time, and we drank that Alabama whiskey, was that during like one of your lowest?
Not my lowest.
Okay, it was after that.
It was before.
Before that.
Okay.
You were drinking like a bottle a day or some shit.
It was around when that started to happen. It was about a year ago.
Okay.
That's when I started about 2021. At first, I was already kind of trying to find like the right time to when it kind of really got bad. It was I started kind of it was in the relationship that I was in a sense. It's a breakup that I had to deal with because in that whole relationship I started changing who I was. I wouldn't drink every day or drink maybe if I did it'd be a beer. But when I was with her, I was always like going, over here, going somewhere, I'd be fucked up on a Wednesday, know that I got to work the next day.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was with my ex, like her dad drank, so like I would go, one time I went on lunch break. I was at Levine's, I went on lunch break and he offered me a beer, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna drink this beer, I'm going back to work buzzed and shit. I'm like,
yeah, there were a lot of days, bro, where I was like, when I was sweating, I wasn't sweating because I was like hot, I was sweating because of alcohol sweats, fool. Sweating out that alcohol.
See, I don't even remember you sweating in front of us like that.
Well, nah. Being over here in the studio, you see me sweating.
You're like, damn, bro, you high or some shit.
Show up late to work on Monday, on the first day of the week, because on Sunday I'll be getting fucking tore up. I'm over in the beach, trying to go work.
So you said your choice of alcohol was whiskey. Was there particular brands that you were drinking?
Proper 12 would be the main one. That was my favorite. When it came out, I was on that one. I didn't talk about whiskey really. Jack Daniels was another one.
So was it a bottle a day?
Fireball.
At your worst? Was it a bottle a day, or is that dramatic?
It would be a bottle a day. It would, in a sense, I would put myself in debt because I would buy at least 5 a week.
Damn.
Like, it would be in a sense a bottle a week, but it's like 7 days out of the week. Buy one just to make sure I had one extra.
Right.
You know.
It's a harder week or something. Yeah. Damn. Yeah, that's pretty. Cause how much is a bottle?
$35 a bottle.
Damn. So you drink a bottle like every 2 days or some shit.
In a sense, yeah. Mixing it with shit, drinking it with shit, you know.
And it wasn't fucking with cause you were still fucking working out and shit, eating kind of okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck did you do that shit?
I tell you, it wasn't easy. I probably did a lot of damage to my body that I don't realize until now that I did. I wouldn't work out drunk. I'm not that fucking, stupid. After workouts, though, yeah, that was where, like, the emotions and shit kind of get there. Now I feel a little better or whatever, but there was always a void that was left in my heart. You know, it's like, not letting go of loss. Not letting go of somebody that you should have.
Right.
Because, it's my cousin, then it's, that relationship that I was in.
Right.
After she kind of left me high and dry, it's something that I needed.
Yeah.
But you're going through all those types of emotions. The one thing that I thought that alcohol would do would fill that void. And what I slowly learned was that, you're not doing anything. I would try to drown my demons with the alcohol. Try to drown my emotions with it so I wouldn't feel it anymore. But all you do. But what I slowly learned was that those demons can swim.
They can swim and then they get stronger with that shit. It's like steroids. Like they get more powerful with the alcohol.
Yeah. There would be nights I would be going out. Wednesday, Thursday nights I would be going to bars and shit. Just get drunk there. Driving home. There would be nights that I wouldn't wake up the next day.
Yeah, I had those kind of nights. Luckily, I'm glad you didn't get like in any accidents and shit. When I used to drink a lot and I had my alcohol problem, I got in a few accidents.
I got close. I've had my close calls. And like I have.
Alright, but you haven't totaled the car. Well, I guess when I totaled my car, it wasn't because I was drunk. But I've been in some crazy shit being drunk and driving.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit.
Cheating death.
Yeah, you feel that way.
At the end, it's like, whoa, like I shouldn't. It's highly, like the chances are that I'm in another alternate dimension, me going out driving and drunk like that, I could have died or killed somebody, I'd be in jail, have DWI, and shit like that for the rest of my life.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, I was able to wake up and realize this alcohol is not doing me no good, it's only doing me harm before the law had it show me or some shit.
Yeah, and there were a lot of calls with that. Close calls too.
So what made you decide that you had a problem and you had to stop?
It was when I got an extended vacation from my job. Because I was drinking, doing whatever.
Right.
Affected
your money.
Yeah. It started to affect me, but it wasn't even just that. It was. I guess when you run out of money, then you hit rock bottom and you don't. You just. That time when I was away from my job, that shit was the hardest.
Because there's no stability to fall on.
There's no stability. You're still going through shit from years ago that you haven't let go of, and you're trying to learn it all and or at least trying to let it go, and things just keep hitting you. You still got responsibilities of the kids that you take care of that you still have to be a man about. But you also have to represent yourself as a leader as well, and you form a part on the inside. And you never really express that. When you do, or when you try, it seems like people are pushing away from you. And I all you want to do is just kind of reveal it, but it seems like God is saying no. You know, you have to learn.
Right.
It was hard. Being alone, but it's something that you have to go through. Because it's, I guess, a consequence of your own actions.
Well, what's interesting is you're never really alone. When we're in that addictive state and that state of depression and angst and shit, like I've been there. I felt like I'm surrounded, but I feel alone. But we're never really alone. But it feels like that.
Yeah. And that's what it was making me feel.
Yeah.
But I remember the day I quit, it still comes back. And one reason I get teary eyes because it's just, you remember all the bad times that you go through. And, you know, you wish you could change it, but you know you can't. And, you know, fear you lose is you know, what you gotta accept. It's the consequences of the actions that you took, and you gotta accept it.
You just gotta know it could always be worse. Like I know people who like took a Xanax bar one time and they had never had any trouble with the law or anything. They took a Xanax bar one time in Otis, Dallas, and he went with some people. He was young. He went with some people, and they ended up robbing the house and tying up the people. And they were all on ball. Like, he doesn't even remember doing this. He wakes up and like he's in jail, and he's in jail for years and years and years because of one Xanax bar. And that's legal, but just like alcohol. But it's like, I mean, it could always be worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Yeah.
So what helped you with your withdrawals? Or do you still have withdrawals?
I remember you know, I remember how it'd be, you know, because it was easy for me to hide people, you know, because it wasn't hard to hide being alcoholic, being partying or whatnot. You keep the party going. People wonder how I would drink so much. Like, well, the party wouldn't stop for me when I went home. I was still drinking home. I still have a bottle.
Right.
So I would still drink and still get fucked up, and you know, I woke up the next morning. If I didn't, I didn't.
That's how you felt.
Selfish.
Yeah.
It was very selfish.
Yeah. But I've been there too. I mean, I can't judge you for being in that position. That's how I felt sometimes.
But it was easy for me to hide from people because you're just a regular party person. You take the alcohol, but eventually I can take it away. And it wasn't at that point. It was more of like, you know, I got tired of waking up that way. I got tired of waking up Saturday. I got tired of waking up late. You know, I can't make a change. And they're trying to fight this battle on my own. You know, and I couldn't rely on just people. When I did reach out and they were busy and I took it personal, whatever the reason was, I had to learn to stop being so attached to people.
Everybody's going through their own battle too.
Yeah. And I had to learn to let go. Like it was the whole Yoda quote with Anakin was like, you know, I was still stuck over a girl. I was still dealing with the loss of my cousin. I was still dealing with like not being that person for other people. Because so much what people thought about me that it bored me for a minute. I guess it changed me a lot. And that one quote from Yoda and Anakin where it's like, you have to learn to let go of everything that you're afraid to lose. And I just learned to let go of everything. And watched how everything was stronger that was meant to stay and everything that wasn't meant to stay. Like
a filter.
Now I remember when I started kind of taking the steps to that. The first step I took was I first submitted myself to God. That's it. Not in full submission, but saying, you know, I've tried every other way, but your own way. So you do what you will with me. If you leave, my consequences, if I leave it to where it all ends, and fine, you know, I accept whatever consequences I have to take, but I'm tired of fighting this battle alone. I just want to make that change.
And that's probably the best method.
Crazy the way that God spoke to me was with the children, because I remember my youngest nephew came into me and I was about to pour another drink. And I said, I don't know. He looked at me, he said, well, can you come play with me outside? So I put it down. I went. Last drink I had was on September the 3rd of 2021. Oh, yeah.
It's a year. I mean, a few months from now.
About 8-9 months from now.
Yeah. So that's a whole baby right there, man. Congratulations.
I made that change, and when I finally did that, I kind of just stopped feeling sorry for myself. You know, I started working more and started feeling sorry for myself. Started picking myself up from the fucking ground. And when I let go of what everybody thought, you started seeing the signs that God was showing you. You know, my ex woman moved on, so then it's like, okay, motherfucker, move on.
Yeah.
Pretty much, I started. It was hard at first to stop because you do feel good about something.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, in the alcohol, it's not just mental; it's probably physical too.
Yeah, you wake up in sweats. You can't sleep. You're fucking moody.
Yeah.
You kind of want to be left alone for a little bit. It's a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But my counter to that was, trying to spend more time with y'all, trying to spend more time with the kids, and spend more time in the gym, and things that I like to do.
To better yourself so you can love yourself.
Pretty much, I didn't spend a year doing things that wasn't me. And finally, when I said, fuck it, if this kills me, then fuck it. This is what I like to do.
What? Gym?
Anything I like to do.
Oh.
If I run and I like to run, then so be it.
The running gonna kill you. Kicking it with it, the kids aren't gonna kill you. So the only thing that will kill you is running too much or some shit.
But if being me,
then you'll be Mr. Tink Tink.
But if being me is what's gonna result in people not liking me or whatever, so be it.
Right.
The people who do like me are gonna be around me. And who don't know well. It is what it is.
Then you didn't need them. They weren't necessary.
They're necessary for a lesson.
Yeah. Everybody's necessary for something. And if it was to come and go, then that was there.
I don't want to go into detail what happened between me and my girl, but it was what it was.
Oh man, almost every man has gone through some kind of very similar. Like we with women, we try to become somebody else sometimes, and it's real easy to do that. It's real, even if you're not even dating. Like I've caught myself like, it's crazy, man. But that's part of like getting older and realizing, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
And then your cousins, they don't want you to live like that in their memory. They want you to live life to the fullest and be happy because that's what they would want you to do. Right.
And when I made this change, I made it to be like a road to redemption back to where I not was, but better.
Right. Even better than you were before.
Yeah.
Even better than your best.
The working out part was just one aspect of just being disciplined. People think like, oh, you just want.
Well, that's a big fucking deal because you had weight issues when you were young and trauma from that and shit. Yes.
So in letting you, when I was drinking, I did. You could tell on the cheeks I was getting fatter. Eventually, it was getting harder and harder to work out, and be drinking. It's like your body again deteriorates your muscles, it deteriorates your motivation, your drive, and make a lot more mistakes. You're not putting the right foods and shit in your body that you need.
Right.
So when people see what I post on Instagram or whatever about when I'm working out or how I'm looking, whatever it is, it's like, that's love for myself.
Right.
For everybody's attention, but to show like you can be back on that road, that you can be back where you're going, no matter how far you've fallen.
Yeah.
I fell pretty deep.
I used to hate on people that would do that would post like their progress and shit and then working out and shit. But as I got older, I'm like, you know what? I would do the same fucking thing because I can motivate somebody. It's also like so you can see your own progression. It's scientific. And, I see that's better than like somebody who's always posting pictures in the club, in the strip club or some shit. In my opinion.
And the most thing that I look back at the most, I thank what happened now. Because if it didn't happen, I wouldn't have came to the realizations that I needed.
Some of the best lessons come from the hardest. No wait, yeah, one of the hardest methods or some shit.
It was me a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, you know, the present.
Yeah.
It's a gift.
But
It's free. Free gift.
like I said, you know, I don't hold no regrets for that. You know, I'm here. I'm okay. Nobody got hurt. Nobody died.
That in itself is a blessing.
In the future, you'll hear more alcohol stories that I've been into. That would just take that man deep into some random shit that I've got into. I think I told you the one where I took a stripper from one guy at the strip club.
Oh yeah. I have.
Yeah.
I've probably told my strip club story several times. Were you blacked out? Did you used to black out?
There'd be nights where I don't even remember.
Okay. And then you're communicating. See, that's scary, bro. That's like being possessed. I think that's why they call them spirits, the liquor. I don't know if whiskey's considered spirits, but I think that's why they call some liquor spirits, because you're more opened up to being possessed and shit. Like, that could be like a demon named Rob, and he just had a good old time taking that stripper and shit. He's just using your body for it.
Could be. But,
Because I've had situations like that too, bro. It's so debaucherous. Because you're in that debauchery, it's like just Babylon and shit. You're just in it. It's just, oof.
That my fun though? Oh yeah, that night was fun. But now when I look back, it's like, you know, I've had my fun. You know, okay.
That's one kind of fun. Because it is fun to spend time with your kid and play ball with them, because they're going to remember that shit. Like, that may not be a big deal to you, or it was a big deal to you, obviously, because that kind of helped you motivate you to stop drinking. But for them, it's a big deal for another reason, because, I mean, people don't realize how important the little shit is, bro. Just spending, like...
And that was the one thing I changed, too, is my attitude in the morning. When I woke up, even when I didn't have a job, I was, woke up, so got blessings around me.
Yeah.
You know? One thing I'm going to enjoy, well, I'll tell that talking to that in a minute. The one thing I do want to touch on, too, was, at the beginning stage of it all, you know, it was hard. Because you gotta find things that you're blessed about. Because you're always looking at the negative, and that's why you drink, because you want to hide who you are and hide something that something happened to you, and or something that you haven't let go. In a sense, or you just don't want to be yourself. So to anybody, you know, don't hide from your demons. Expose them, talk about them. That's what I'm doing now.
Confront them.
Be able to know, like, okay, yeah, I was weak at one point. Yeah, that's fine. You know, I remember when I was going through this alcohol phase. I remember when people would say, you know, I hurt, it would hurt. But you gotta accept it. It was what it was, but you know.
But it was also that might have, like, you know how they say, like, shaming is bad, and, you know, bullying is very bad, but that kind of, like, if somebody, like when a kid, like I work with kids, when a kid tells me, oh, your teeth are yellow, well, shit, I'm gonna start brushing my teeth at night before I go to bed now, because I used to do that. Or they say, oh, your breath stinks, oh, shit, I'm gonna start, you know what I'm saying, like, it sucks. Or like there's this one chubby kid who tells me I'm fat, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I've been eating a lot of fast food and shit, I'm gonna try to. So it sucks, but at the same time, that being honest is kind of like, you know, you need that. But it's a nice way and a bad way to do it though, because some people like you know, they'll take that and they'll be like, well, fuck you, I'm gonna be even worse.
This is why you should always be kind to everybody, because you don't know
the demons they're fighting.
Yes. That's what's made me even more of a kind of genuine.
And alcohol is the demon that's been fighting us for centuries. Like, we even outlawed it for a while. I mean, alcohol.
But you saw how that did.
Yeah, it made it worse.
Yeah, it made it worse.
But I used to rap about it, like, I felt like I was very, like, dad should smoke weed instead of drinking alcohol, because alcohol makes people molest and rape and beat. I don't know if it does make them do that, but it makes it easier for people to do that. If they're already inclined to do it, the alcohol unleashes something else that's like, you weren't a bad person, so that alcohol didn't make it just made you even more loose and fun, but it started hurting you. Some people it enhances your the bad stuff about you. I don't know. The alcohol is weird.
It makes you into a completely different person.
I wonder if Jesus really did turn the water to wine. Like, is that a lie? Like, did he actually do that? Or maybe wine wasn't I don't know. It's quite interesting. Alcohol is pretty interesting. Like, it runs in your family, alcoholism. I think in all of us, right? As Hispanics, Mexicans.
Could be for anybody, but
That's true.
I look at alcohol as like an implant.
From Amen. What if Amen made it?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Whoa.
That's way over.
That's a callback.
What the fuck is that? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Woo. Yeah. How do you, is it like A space MEN?
Nah, it's just
together. Well, I'm glad that you came out of it, bro.
And
I'm sorry you had to go through that, and I'm sorry you felt like you were alone.
I'm sorry. It is what it is. No hatred to anybody. You had to go through it. God had a plan for me, and that's why I got that quote. Jeremiah 29:11 meant so much to me. For I know the plan I have for you, says the Lord. The plan is to prosper you, not to harm you, not to give you over the future. I've got faith to that. And I can sit here and say, you know, God has kept his word to me as long as I kept my word to myself, what I wanted to change. It's been 9 months, 6 to 7 months now since I've had my drink. I've relapsed, not on purpose, maliciously or whatever, but because I was trying, you know, just having fun. And I said, I went, I think it was my homeboy's party, and it was actually Christmas too. I had 1, 2 shots, and then another one from my homeboy's party, and that was by accident. I didn't mean to be fucking fucked up, but it just happened.
As I was gonna say, did you get drunk?
Yeah. But it wasn't like I wanted to escape from anything.
Yeah, it wasn't, yeah. You were celebrating. Yeah.
Now, because I have control in the sense of it, sometimes it gets a little hard some nights. You know,
but you can't drink whiskey.
No.
Because it triggers you.
It does. It triggers it bad. Because that was the vice of it all. That was my choice.
Ooh, and then my bitch ass brought a whole bottle of whiskey on fucking New Year's one time. Brand new fucking whiskey.
But I took more power in the sense of saying no to it.
I'm glad, yeah.
I like having that power.
Yeah, the ability to not. You control it, it doesn't control you.
Exactly. And now if I drink, I can have a beer now, and with as long as I'm with somebody that I'm with, and talking to, I haven't seen in a while, I can sit there and do that, and I have my vices fucking with the demons fucking with me.
And you don't have to keep drinking.
No,
You can stop.
I can stop.
That's how I am now too.
People tell me like, oh, well, that's not being completely sober. No, but it's having complete control of who I am and who the demons were.
That's conquering addiction, and it's in a way it's sobering.
So, again, I don't try to get fucked up like I normally do, because again, I would be middle of the week, and I'm trying to go to work at like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Plus you're getting older, so it's good that you figure that shit out now before it started really fucking.
Yeah.
I bet you now, if I get hungover, I'm feeling that shit for a couple of days, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I got jumps by the spirits inside of me.
And, yeah, like when I look back at it all, like you can take it like in the sense of, I took a psychedelic, it wasn't a deep psychedelic trip, but it was like I took mushrooms a couple weeks ago. It was a dream I had that an angel spoke to me. Basically told me and showed me the wager that God had with the devil. So I asked him, you know, well, why was it that God would put me through this? You know, I know he wanted to make me stronger, but what was the reason behind it? He's like, well, what if I told you that God made a wager with you and he knew that you were going to come out of it? You know, would you ever be mad? Would you go back and change what happened to you at that point when you started going deep into your alcohol, when homegirl left you on your own? A lot of times shit happened when that happened too. You know, I'm not gonna go into detail about that with you.
Right, but would you change it?
At first I said yes. He says, okay. What if I told you God had made a wager with the devil saying that he knew you were gonna come out of it? And I said, well, show me.
And even smarter and stronger.
It showed me that the devil said, you know, I can put him through this addiction. Watch, I'm going to show him certain things, and he's just going to break. I'm going to give him what he wants. He's asking for a woman. That's what I asked for before all this all happened. Before I really fell into it, I asked God for somebody in my life. And so
That's why I'm so scared to ask, because people just say, just ask God if you want a girl. And I was like, oh, Well, then I don't really know if I want one yet, because be careful what you wish for.
Mm-hmm. Careful what you wish for, bro. And
I just be patient.
shit happened, and the devil would remark to God saying, "Hi, you see, he's heartbroken. Now he's falling into sin." He's like, God said to him, "Yes, but he will never forsake my name. He will never. When he's ready, he'll come to me before you take him. I promise you that." I kept falling deeper and deeper until I finally hit that point where I submit.
But it's like Job. He kept doing shit to make you fall deeper.
I'm not gonna lie, he came close, certain points, but God went out at the end of it all. And just like he had said, see, he will never forsake my name. He will come back and know that my arms are always open to him. And so the angel asked me again, would you change anything? I said, no. I'll go through it all over again. I wouldn't want to again.
Right, obviously.
But
knowing what you know now.
Knowing what I know now made me who I am today. It's like, even with everything that everybody said, it's like, yeah, you're talking about a person a year ago. I'm somebody completely different now.
Oh, yeah, bro. I mean, caterpillars turn to butterflies in less than a few months.
And I'm not saying I am completely over it. Not over my yes, whatever.
Right.
Completely over my cousins, yes.
But the addiction is a constant for the rest of your life. You gotta.
It'll always be there.
Right.
It's always gonna be there. It's okay to recognize it.
You gotta be diligent, but
And
you gotta keep it sharp.
yes. What I went through is the chapter in my life that I wrote, and when I reached the end of it and I presented to God, that's what I'm gonna be proud to write. So yeah, I went through this, but at the end of this chapter, the next one starts. What are you gonna say? I'm still I'm still addicted to alcohol. I started doing different things. I started exploring life. And when I say that I'm not completely there yet, I'm not. There's always gonna be something to chase, something that should show us
I mean, that's what makes life interesting. There's always something to work on. If we were perfect, we'd be fucking like our man.
I hope
trying to take over the world.
I hope a year after that point when I made that change that it's a completely different me. I've already gotten to the point where I've gotten a promotion at my job.
It's still you, but the actions are different, or the reactions are different, because you still in there. Yeah, you go. The love for yourself.
I didn't carry a cloud around me.
Right. Okay. You always loved others, but you didn't love yourself enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the whole key point.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing with addiction is that you don't love yourself enough.
Right.
That was the thing with myself. It's like, how is it that this heartbreak is breaking me so bad? It should mold me into something better. And that's what it is, And again, the goal is always going to be better than I was yesterday. Be better father to my kids than I was yesterday.
And that's for everybody.
And even when you fall off the horse, or fall off, the saddle, so to speak, fall off the horse, wherever you want, the analogy you want to use, you always learn to get back up. You always learn to keep moving.
Even Christopher Reeves fell off a horse and became paralyzed. He hopped in that wheelchair and just kept on living, bro.
I could go on in a lot of motivational speakers that they've given me quotes, like Les Brown said, if you fall down, fall on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up.
Except unless you're a turtle.
They roll.
Oh yeah, they rock.
Yeah, they roll. They rock back and forth, but they still get back up.
That's true.
Fall 8 times, get up 9. It's just the whole homage,
Dust yourself off and try again. Shout out to Leah.
And I remember one day I was getting like kind of, I don't know. I had recorded too, but it was like I was really being emotional that day. Like my addiction was kind of getting to me, but these things where I speak to God or I'm forced to record myself.
Like a rant.
Yeah. And I was like, I remember one day I didn't want to go work out. That's what it was. I didn't want to go work out. I wanted to go to work. My addiction was fucking with me. And I said, no, I'm going to go to work. And when I go, after I get off, I'm going to go to work out. And I'm just like really psyching myself out. I'm like, man, fuck this. I tape recorded all the excuses I had made. I just listened to everything. I just spilled it out. Why I don't want to go work out. Why I don't want to do this. Putting my fucking shoes on to go out there to go run. Man, fuck all this.
Who even cares? What's the point?
And then when I was done, I listened to it again. when I listened to it, I was like, man, I sound like a straight bitch right now.
Yeah.
The fuck up and go to work. Get the fuck up and go to the damn gym. That was a different mindset I had now. A year ago, I would do that. Now, I'm doing
Yeah. That's a good idea. And whenever you don't feel like doing something, you want to start playing to record yourself and listen to that shit. I think y'all told me that before to do that. It's very interesting.
Even then, if you're not that hardcore, you know, speak to God
Yeah.
in the morning, you know.
Yeah.
Speak. It's okay to talk to yourself and to talk to God, even within your own head or out loud, you know. Wherever you have to do it, he'll guide you through it, you know. That's why the one step I did was face all your demons. You know, face everything that you have, you know, whatever you're hiding it within yourself. You ain't gotta tell everybody what it is, but you know, put it out to the light. They can't survive in the light. So when they keep it dormant, that's when they go stronger.
That's dark. Yeah. It's fucking beautiful, man. It's fucking beautiful. Since when did you get NASCAR drivers here? They're fucking, all the engines are like, like, what the fuck is happening? Well, that's a solid 35, man. You got anything else on? You got any advice for anybody? Or?
I guess the main thing is when you're trying to make the change, because I know a lot of people will be like, well, what they heard me say, you know, what made you want to make a change with my kids? You know, I'm trying to live this way. I gave myself to a higher power. That's what keeps it off. Because you think, you know, you can solve it on your own. You think that.
That's why AA, in AA, one of the things is the higher power. Because you need it, and it's a more higher success rate in AA if you believe in a creator or a higher power. So it's necessary.
And you also have to have a why that's bigger than yourself. You have to have that higher power and so have that why of like why you doing the things that you do. Like who you molding yourself to be, who you discovering yourself to be.
And then don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to just be a better you. Compare yourself to
you
those.
that you can be. Like if you don't like for me, my ex told me she didn't like the fact that I was very vocal. And I would talk to a lot of different people. I was able to communicate with a lot of different people and talk to them.
It sounds like Jada Pinkett Smith get mad at Will Smith for being Will Smith.
You know, I let it fuck with me for a minute, so that's what I stayed to Michelle. But now, you know, I'm seeing this, like, man, I have the ability of being able to get to different people and talk to them.
It's a gift.
Yeah.
It's not a curse.
I'm not trying
Despite what a hater would say.
I'm not trying to plant a seed for people in their minds if they're telling me their own stuff or whatever is going on. Like, I don't plant it for my own good. I plant the seed so hopefully it'll sprout and it will grow. You know,
That's kind of interesting because I was talking about how like people would just open up to Vino or random people open up to me, and I guess it happens to you too. Like for some reason they sense this vibration and frequency. They're like, oh, this person I can open up to, and they were just like put in this position, like okay.
and that is the one thing I did notice too. You know, I felt like I could sense the vibrations of other people when I started kind of like leveling mine out. Because when I started kind of getting out of my addiction, started getting more happy. I passed by my ex too. I could just sense the fucking hatred, bro.
You feel the energy.
I could feel the energy. Like when I got away from her, I just felt like
to breathe.
Yeah, I could breathe again. Like the pressure was away. Like,
it's crazy. So yeah, if anybody's out there battling it, you're not alone. You can do it.
You can always reach out to other people.
Yeah.
Really making sense of it all. You know, you have to find God within yourself.
And if somebody's not there, it's not because they don't want to be mad. It's just because they're probably going through their own shit. Don't take that shit personally. It's hard to do.
Yeah. Because when I started revealing these things to people, I was afraid of like, you know, people judging me.
Right.
And again, that falls in caring what other people think.
And even if it's, I think sometimes if somebody sounds like they're judging you, it's just their worry coming out in that way because they don't know how to express their worry, their concern. Yeah. It comes out like I think like sometimes moms do that where it's like nagging, but it's like I'm just worried and it sounds like I'm getting on to you, but it's coming from a good place and just people don't know how to express that shit too, which is another back and forth.
Like I say, I'm not saying don't care about what people say when they tell you, you know, you're drinking too fucking much.
Right.
Or you're smoking too fucking much.
Yeah.
Or you eat too much, you know, food.
Right.
Or whatnot.
They're not trying to bully you. If they're not saying, hey, fat ass, probably head ass.
What I'm saying is, if you hate that about yourself, you really fucking hate it. You know, an addiction to alcohol can really be bad. And I don't understand anybody who likes drinking like that. But eventually, everybody runs to that same road. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't, well, we see where it leads to.
Yeah, at a certain point it becomes you can't. You'll die if you quit. So it's sooner the better.
But I'm saying for the people that want to make that change and are ready to make that change, you know, make the change. But don't care what too much about the criticism of certain people. Because, dude, I'm still leaned out. I feel great. And I'll still be around people calling me fat ass and shit like that. The skinny fat ass. Just because they're being fucking negative. You know? And just accept, like, yeah, I was that way. But I can make the changes too. And if you still knock me for shit that I used to do, I can fucking change that.
They got their own problems.
Yeah. I know how I'm carrying myself now. And it's not an ego thing. It's just more of like, I'm just me.
You love yourself.
Yes.
And that's the point.
And when you finally learn to love yourself, then that's when you start kind of realizing that, like, man, I really shouldn't care what you think. Care with your inner circle.
Right. Like if your boss is saying, hey, stop being late, you know, care about that, but certain things, yeah. You gotta be able to just filter,
out the positive, negative feedbacks to the straight
constructive,
people just being fucking dicks.
Yeah.
You know, there's a difference between, you know, like Vito telling me quit fucking drinking and an alcoholic telling me quit fucking drinking or whatever. You know, that's probably a bad example.
Yeah.
That is a horrible example. Actually.
I mean, like he's like, bro, I'm dying. You don't want to die too, bro.
Nah, man. You know, him telling me, you know, stop doing something, but somebody else criticizing, I'm a fucking fat ass. Like, stop. Like, okay, I can hear what he's saying.
Well, like your ex or whatever, the one time that she didn't like how you were so good at talking to people.
There you go. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
Thank you for saving me on that one.
Yeah.
You know, or in the sense of realizing that you're bad at giving examples. So you need your boy Chris come save you, you know. I'm taking a bad way.
You're getting better at metaphors, man. You know, give some presents. Alright. That's 117.
Yeah.
Glad we finally did it, man. Glad it's out there. We can move on. Yeah. Good?
I'm trying to think anything else I should tell people.
How many times did you piss the bed?
You know what's crazy is I always learn to lay on my side. So I always learn to pee before I work.
Oh, really? So you never pissed your bed?
When I was floor, never in my bed.
When I was drinking, there was a couple of times where I woke up covered in piss.
Yeah.
Horrible.
But it was never in my bed.
Smart.
But I always woke up laying on my side though.
To not throw up, because then also that's another danger too, because you get choking shit.
Because that was always the thing, bro. Like, always laying homies on the side when they passed out drunk. Always laying on the side. That's fucking excellent too.
So they don't swallow their tongue too, I think, or some shit.
No, so they don't choke on their own vomit.
Oh, okay. What's the tongue thing? Oh, the tongue thing is if they have a seizure.
Yeah.
Or peanut allergy. No.
And that's another thing I guess that made me make that change too. Was like I see the addiction that my brother went through, that I need to be a better example for his kids. Maybe make a change for that. The kids can be a great thing for me to make those changes too.
Yeah.
Goes back to that honor of your why. I forgot I said that earlier.
No, you did. The why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People wonder like, what does that mean? Is it, your why has to be greater than what? Like, what's your reason for why I go to work every day? Because I want to make sure I take care of these kids. That's one why.
The why has to be better than the but.
What?
Yeah. No, the but. Because it's like, why are you going to go to work? Because I have to work. But I don't want
What
to.
is the reason for me to go to work?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
What, why, where, when.
But how? Can't be.
Alright, I think.
But you get the sense of it all.
Yep.
You know, you have to have that big reason into that bigger than you, your higher power, and that why will get you even when you want to go work out. Like for people who work out, you know, that's why that's the why that drives me in my workouts to be able to finish them out or to be disciplined.
What's your why?
Oh,
it's personal.
Yeah, it's a personal. But I'll tell you, one of them is my kids.
Right.
You know, to be a better example for them.
And for I guess I'm assuming for like the creator, right? Because he hooked you up, so now you got.
And the deeper one, for when I work out, I'll tell them, when I'm done with everything, you know, I guess when I'm all said and done with everything, I'll write it out.
You feel like you're ready to talk about
Yeah,
it.
for sure. But I feel like that why is only going to be proven when I can look back and say, you know, I did everything I could to accomplish it.
Ready.
You know.
Alright, man. We love you, bro. I hope they heard that clap on there and that fist bump.
What the fuck was that sound of dying?
Maybe they did.
Yeah. Peace.